wrestling where to connect. The squared circle, the place you have to earn your respect. So get right with the program or you'll get left. AIWF across the US and all over the globe. We are live and direct. So tune and see who wins and who suffer the loss. This match just got you over one fall.
And welcome to AIWF Across the Globe. I'm your host, RM Duke, and on today's episode, we're going to be another single match showcase, but this one's going to be amazing. See, we have showcased a lot of incredible talent here on Across the Globe, and one name that comes to mind is Jeff Paul. We first showcased his incredible performance at the 33rd anniversary show, and then a couple episodes later, we showcased him taking on the legendary Hernandez for the America Pro Wrestling American Heavyweight Championship. It's that championship that's kind of gotten us into the situation we're in now. See, Jeff Paul recently lost that belt. Then that belt would be unified with Premier Wrestling League's Heavyweight Championship to make one unified belt. Jeff Paul wants that belt back, but there's only one way he can get it back. He has to take on an incredibly talented Nate Saturn in a ladder match where a contract for a guaranteed #1 contendership is on the line. Let's get right into the action.
Paul is measuring his man right now. Jeff Paul is a big man that shouldn't be doing moves like this, but what a dive from Jeff Paul. Over the top rope. He's going for here. Already going to the top. Talk about high risk, high reward. Jeff Paul laid out. Swanton onto Jeff Paul, onto the ladder. Just imagine being sandwiched between a swanton and a ladder, you know? And it looks like Saturn's going for that title. The #1 contendership contract. The title's out of play. Yellow Man is the new champion. And this is the opportunity of a lifetime for Nate Saturn to get a crack at the big belt around here. Look at this. Powerbomb off the ladder. Takes him right out of that ascension for that #1 contender contract. I said on the podcast, I've been saying for weeks, this would be a match of the year candidate, not just for PWL, for our area in general. We know what Jeff Paul's capable of. Just the brief glimpse of the career of Nate Saturn that we've saw so far, we know he's something special. This match could make or break both men here tonight. And Jeff's got a bigger ladder. I'm sure he's got plan A through Z. It's hard to tell what Jeff has up his sleeve in this type of match. No rules, no disqualifications, anything goes, and a pop right to the face, chopping the kid. What's he thinking here? Reversal from Nate Saturn into the ladder again and into another ladder. Back body drop. Jeff lands on his head after hitting the ladder. Wow, what a flurry from Nate Saturn. Taking out Jeff Paul just like that from pillar to post across the ring and back again and back again. Meeting metal each time. These two are battering each other. I knew it wouldn't be pretty. There's been a lot of hype. There's been a lot of hoopla. And I said I knew these two would deliver if anybody would. Right here you're seeing it. What a strike from Nate Saturn. Again, not even a year deep into his first year in pro wrestling. What a chop. You thought Jeff was chopping this kid. He's giving it right back to him. Jeff's in trouble. He is getting lit up. It's Nate Saturn stalking Jeff Paul now with another chop. Revenge for everything. What a knee in the corner. This kid is getting payback for everything that's happened to him in the past month, whether it be APW, PWL. He's had a target on his back thanks to Jeff Paul and company. Whippity, and Jeff finds his opening and makes that room. Jeff off the safety. Smart move. He was in trouble. He's got his hands on that ladder now. Nate Saturn off the ropes, though. Drop kick into the ladder takes out Jeff Paul. Baseball slide into the ladder. It's Nate Saturn in control, banging Jeff Paul's head off the ring apron. Nate Saturn, double axe handle to the back of Jeff Paul. Both men been keeping such a hectic schedule as of late. Look at the back of Nate Saturn. Jeff's been on NWA. He's been working Tennessee. Nate Saturn every Thursday at the fire department. And so many shows in between. A graduate of Jimmy Valiant's Boogie's wrestling camp. Again, this kid's been turning heads. And what is he setting up here? Nate Saturn setting up some sort of contraption. I'm sure he has plans of his own. I talked about Jeff having plans. This kid, I'm sure, what a super kick. I'm sure he's watched his fair share of Money in the Bank. I'm sure he's been seeing some things he just loved to try on Jeff Paul. And he's going up to the top right now. What is he thinking? What a splash. He has Jeff right where he wants him. That has to knock the wind out of you. All he has to do is climb that ladder, and he has a shot for the Unified Championship. That belt that has been unified between the PWL Heavyweight Championship, Low Blow, as well as the American Pro Wrestling American Championship. They were unified by Jeff Paul. So that goes to speaking what this man can do. He unified the belts. But out of nowhere, Yellow Man hits the scene and takes the championship. One of these men has Yellow Man and that unified title in their future. Nate's on the ladder and Jeff's climbing up. Is he going to take out Nate? I think so. He's not even looking at that briefcase. My God. Wow. Jeff Paul sends Nate Saturn through the ladder. One ladder down. And Nate Saturn's not moving. Enough about the ladder. Who cares? A ladder could be replaced. Nate Saturn is irreplaceable. And he's got to be hurt after that. Jeff's got to be hurt. We are witnessing a war. Again, it's for #1 contendership, but this one's personal. Jeff Paul made it personal, attacking this kid time after time, week after week. And it was just last night at the same venue. The footage will be hitting the channel soon. Jeff Paul took on Corey Sparks the night before this in a banger match. Nate Saturn was there front row watching the match, doing his study on Jeff Paul. The kid's smart. Plenty of action come to the channel from PWL, from APW's TV tapings on Thursday. We have a lot of goodies in store. Jeff Paul has a ladder that's even bigger than the last. It's getting very dangerous. That kid believes in Jeff Paul. Jeff Paul still has his fans. He treats these fans like garbage, gets on the mic every week and downs them. He's getting booed right now by the majority. There's a good old Jeff Paul sucks. Gotta love you a good Jeff Paul sucks chant. And it's Jeff Paul ascending the ladder to get that briefcase. Nate Saturn is getting to his feet, though. Nate, you have to do it now or never, kid. He's going up the other side. Who's going to grab it first? Punch it. Oh, back and forth now. Blow for blow. Nate Saturn and Jeff Paul. Who's going to come out ahead? Wait. Saturn going for a cutter. Off the... My God. And Jeff landed on that ladder. It was bad enough hitting the mat.
Lance by Chance, wrestling as a Von Erich. Read all about World Class Championship Wrestling. Who was he? Why was his character created? And why did Fritz expose his true identity on TV? Russell Black Bart. Follow Bart's 30-year career through the Carolinas, Florida, Georgia, Mid-South, World Class, and the WWF. Bart's Tell It Like It Is humor keeps you wanting more stories. The Pro Wrestling Vault, Volume 1 and 2. First-hand account short stories from wrestlers from the here and then. Get your signed copies only at WrestleVille.com. WrestleVille, it's where wrestling lives.
He wants to show these fans at Mercer Mall he's the man that made this place. Put some respect on his name. I kind of understand where he's coming from. But it's hard to deny Nate Saturn. It's easy to see why the fans love him. He seems like a great kid, obviously uber talented, and years ahead of him. This man could shape the scene into his image. As Jeff Paul is doing right now, what a move off the apron. My God. Again, this kid's looking to make a name for himself. If this is the vision for the future, I'm all for it. I promise you that. But right now, West Virginia is Jeff Paul country. Especially here at the Mercer Mall. This is Jeff Paul turf. And it's going to take a lot to dethrone Jeff Paul when he's in his element. Fans are obviously behind Nate Saturn, but it's Jeff Paul getting to his feet here. Saturn's down. It's a matter of quickness, and both are very quick, agile men, but you have to get up that ladder and get that briefcase to end this match. He has his ankle face first into the hardest part of the ring, and now into the post. Jeff Paul back in control, just like that. It's been pretty back and forth.
Come on, Jeff. Jeff.
Look at this. To the back of the neck with a ladder.
Who's there for this one now? Yep. Hurt me.
It's been an insane show here at the Mercer Mall. Wait until you see the other matches. But this is a whole different beast right here. This ladder match, again, when it was announced, we knew it would be something special. Two men with a point to prove. Jeff Paul believes he should be on TV. He should be on your TV right now. And hasn't been given ample opportunity. I'll be the first to say it. If anybody deserves an opportunity, what a leg drop. It's Jeff Paul. And that's why he continues to bust his ass week in and week out like we're seeing right now.
Come on,
He's
Nate.
going up that ladder.
You gotta get up.
Saturn down.
You gotta get up, Nate.
Jeff's got this in the bank. He's right back to getting his title. Saturn ascending the ladder, though. Jeff's got the briefcase just in the nick of time. A little too close for comfort. Another shot. Head first off the top of the ladder. Jeff's going to fall backwards. Jeff's off the ladder. Nate Saturn. All he has to do is grab that brief kid. Leg drop off the ladder, a Rough Rider, whatever you want to call it. It's effective. He took out Jeff with that move. But what did it take out of him? Saturn's down too. What a main event matchup here at the Mercer Mall. PWL primed and ready. And right now, it's Nate Saturn looking primed and ready for the big time. Taking down Jeff Paul. No easy feat. One of the big names in our area as far as the East Coast in general. Talk about Appalachia. You're talking about Jeff Paul, baby. So, Nate Saturn doing very well for himself, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Spooky Lou on the call. We recently had Nate on the podcast to get his insight into this match. Check it out on the channel. course, Jeff's all over the show channel as well. Plenty of Jeff Paul footage. My God. That had to hurt. Did you hear that contact that Saturn just made with that ladder? Saturn, just like that, Saturn's taking out Jeff Paul back in control. And I gotta say, a little bit of an edge to Nate Saturn this evening. A little bit more brutal than what we're used to, but he knows who he's in there with again. It's Jeff Paul getting to his feet. He's back down. This has to take something out of you. Just think of what we've seen so far, and it ain't over yet, folks. It's going to take a lot to put either one of these men away. Two of the most resilient men on the indie scene today, period. And it's Jeff just straight up choking the life out of Nate Saturn. I guess that's one game plan. And unfortunately, it's completely legal in a match like this. I'm surprised Jeff hasn't pulled some dirtier tactics than what he's doing. He's kept it fairly clean for a ladder match, you know? Look at this scissor kick. Turns Saturn inside out. Again, he's not really pulling any crap. He's showing what he's made of and what he's capable of. This has turned into a Jeff Paul highlight reel. He's dumping the ladder. What's he thinking now?
I don't like where this is going.
No. I don't like where it's been.
Sure.
Jeff Paul yelling at the other cameraman.
I'm doing some heavy things.
Leave the kid alone.
Taking time to jaw jack with the cameraman. And it might cost him. Because Nate Saturn, he's not to his feet, but he's stirring. It's Nate Saturn about to climb that orange ladder. While Jeff's still setting up the yellow one, you need to think about what you're doing here, Jeff. He might be getting a little bit too comfortable. And just like that, we saw Nate Saturn pull some upsets in the past few months. A lot of folks think Nate Saturn can do it here tonight and go on and face Yella. And by the end of the year, this man could be the new unified champion. This may be the last PWL show of 2025, but APW goes weekly, if not a few times a week. And look at this. He just caught Jeff. He thought better of it and slowed Jeff down. It's Nate Saturn playing it on the safe side. There's nothing safe about this. Face first off the top turnbuckle. Jeff Paul could be out on his feet. And he's not on his feet. He's not on his feet anymore. He's barely in the ring or on the mat. And the hush is falling over the crowd.
Pretty wild.
Pretty wild to say the least. We've seen a lot of great matches in 2025. We've seen a lot of great matches in West Virginia in general. But right now, this is pretty brutal. Something special between Jeff Paul and Nate Saturn at the Mercer Mall. And both men just struggling to hold themselves up, just to stand upright. What a shot from Jeff so damn tall. He's punching the man over the top rope. Now he's choking him again. Looks like he's trying to create some distance so he can make some room and get up that ladder and get that contract. You gotta think he wants to wrap it up at this point. Point proven. You've proven your point. You put the kid through hell. Look at this, though. Now it's Nate Saturn in control. Reversal from Jeff. Puts on the brakes. What a spear onto the ladder. How many men has that spear taken out? How many titles has that spear won for Jeff Paul? And he just hit it on a ladder. What is Jeff looking to do here? Sets Nate Saturn into position, runs across the ring, running up the ladder now. Looking like Spider-Man perched on top of the ladder. Big elbow drop, misses. Thought he had this in the bag, thought he'd show off a little bit, and it cost him. Both men begin to stir. It's Jeff Paul to his feet, setting up that ladder. He might be taking this bad boy home. It was a hard-fought battle and a hard-fought war from old Nate Saturn, but Jeff Paul might have this in the bag. Nate looks like hell. He honestly does. The referee's checking on him. It doesn't matter if he can continue or not. You can't stop the match for any reason. Jeff's got to get that briefcase, and Jeff knows that. And Jeff might be getting that briefcase. Nate's to his feet. You got to hurry, kid. You got to get up that ladder. He cuts him off again. Just, to the back of the head with that briefcase. Oh, my God. Did you hear that thud? Again, to the back of the head. This is getting to be a bit much, Jeffrey. Both men, I don't know how Saturn's still up there. And he's fighting back. Now it's Saturn using the briefcase. Again. What's it gonna take? If Jeff goes off that ladder, now it's Jeff fighting back, though. This is insanity. Right here on the Roni. Both men off the ladder. Jeff Paul says he don't care to die.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
And the briefcase keeps us swinging. This has been a one-of-a-kind ladder match. It definitely has its own feel, its own flavor to it, and I'm all for it. Look at this carnage at the Mercer Mall. The crowd getting behind Nate Saturn as he scurries up that ladder. He is mere inches away from that briefcase. Jeff Paul struggling to get to his feet, but he's up off the ladder. Jeff catches him. Powerbomb into another ladder. I think it's academic from there. There you have it.
If you want to see more of what Premier Wrestling League has to offer, you can check them out at the links below. And if you want to see more of what AIWF has to offer, whether it be upcoming events, breaking news, or content in our past and present library, you can check us out at the links below. As we get to the end of the year, we would love a lot of insight from you guys at home. What were your guys' favorite matches that we've showcased on across the globe in the year of 2025? Let us know in the YouTube comment sections or on the AIWF Wrestling Facebook page, so that way we can get more insight from you guys at home, so we can give you guys the best product here and across the globe. And in the meantime, as we wrap the year out, we're going to still give you all the updates regarding the AIWF, and we're going to be introducing even some more changes before the year closes out to the Across the Globe format. So keep an eye on that. As always, thank you for your support, thank you for being a part of the crew, and we will see you next time at the next opening bell.